2 out of 10 direct? Why do you say it's a 2 out of 10? They only had 2 farm games. It's prime farming season right now, and only 2 farm games. The audacity. Were there only 2 farming games? That seems like too many. Okay, we don't have that, so we will have to catch it. Slacking. We have an extra one of those. Looks like it. What? I have a shiny? Where'd the shiny come from? I should get back into this game and really clean up these boxes. There's way too many. It's like every box has something in it. Where's my Igglybuff? I put it in already. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that was the one. Okay. Story of Seasons and Witchbrook thing looks farm-esque. Story of Seasons? Which one was that one? Five? You have both Pokemon? Do you have okay, yeah. That's what I meant. But you will need to have another Pokemon to trade me for the Muck. I'm gonna have to catch one and build it, but I'll need you to trade me something for it. Perfect, that works. Hold on, let me see if the other person, they don't seem available. I might have to build one of these off of stream because I don't have one of the Pokemon for the fourth player. We were supposed to trade and I was supposed to build it, but we didn't get a time to trade and stuff. So I might have to build that off the stream. Don't know how long the stream is going to be today. We're going to build the Pokemon. I'll explain what the use is going to be. I will still post in the Discord the write-up I have for it, like the steps and all that. But I will also explain it here after I build them. So let's trade. Wait, is it already available? No, right? It's tonight. I haven't thought today. Okay, there's this one. I was gonna say, was today Friday the whole day and I missed Thursday? Okay. Did not miss it. Yet. That's the code. Just let me know when you're ready. know that Grimer is in the school, Blueberry Academy. So I'll probably go there first and catch a Grimer. Do you know if she has a shell bell to put on the Slacking? Because if she doesn't, I can give it a shell bell, but I'll have to take the citrus berry. If she has a shell bell, then I'll just trade it back when we're done. She can put the shell bell on it later. Where is my team? There we go. Where's the I'm gonna say Grimer is... I'm gonna guess here. She has one, okay. Yeah, that's the only thing she'll have to add to it is the shell bell. I don't want to take a citrus berry from anybody if they need it. Shouldn't you guys be in the water? Oh, there's one right there. Oops, I didn't mean to press it again. I will say something about this team. When I built it initially, I was very focused on the fact that the Tyranitar gets Shadow Claw, and that's got a higher crit ratio, and managed to apparently be the only person that didn't realize that it has focused energy. So every move could have a higher crit ratio. So that's a whoopsie daisy. But we were too far in to go back. So we're going to press on with this team nonetheless. Let's get out of here. I'll build... Maybe I should build mine first. It gives the least amount of explanation and works its way up, I think. Igglybuff. That's actually a pretty cute picture. It has no IVs. I mean, it has no EVs. I bred it in BDSP because BDSP's have the better breeding mechanic than this game does. Or else I would have bred the Grimer for you, but Alolan Grimer isn't in BDSP, so had to catch one. All the same anyway. It's all the same anyway. Oops. So, Igglybuff. Igglybuff was originally going to be Wigglytuff with Cute Charm, but I changed that to Jigglypuff with Friend Guard. Okay, it's max friendship now. Changed it to from Q Charm, which I thought would have been a good ability to have on another Pokemon, because it prevents attacks altogether. I didn't realize that the line didn't have all the same abilities. That Jigglypuff and Igglybuff have Friend Guard, which I think might be better, because if multiple Pokemon on the team, bless you, have, you're welcome, have Friend Guard, they increase the defense of the team. some abilities don't compound with each other. I can't think of the right word. I'm gonna find it. A stack. I was thinking of a different word, but some abilities don't stack. This one does. So I think we could end up with 3 Pokemon with Friend Guard on them, which I don't know exactly what percent that is on increased defense, but it's more than what we wouldn't have without it. So, Wigglytuff did have, or does have, a higher HP and defense stat, but with Friend Guard, I think it'll be worth it to go with Jigglypuff. There's Jigglypuff. We don't need more Pokemon this time. I think we just need the ones that we're going to use. I'll go with this one. Slacking. The 4th team member isn't here because we don't have it. The 4th member right now, as what we have here, is a huge help, but if something were to happen, it's not gonna break the team or anything. I don't think. Should have muted for that. What moves do we have? I think all the moves are TM. I didn't make note of that because I'm really smart. I think they're all TMs. They are? Yeah, they are. Okay. So for the Jigglypuff, moves are going to be Flamethrower, Reflect to, give us an initial increase at least to defense. Skill Swap. And Amnesia. Hold on. This is not the right move. I done goofed. Oh man, people in the hallway. Alright, they're not gonna go away. They're just gonna keep clucking out there. Anyway, the move that we want... It's not Amnesia. The move that we want is Nasty Plot. I don't know how I made that mistake. Five, it's totally fine. It's totally cool. I know you're working. If you don't hear something or anything, I'm still gonna post it in the Discord. So the Jigglypuff is vital and also not vital. I'm gonna pilot the Jigglypuff so that if we fail, we can blame me. Because it's like the least defensive member here, I think. So the most likely to get knocked out. However, part of the strategy is to get knocked out. Maybe twice. For the Jigglypuff. Which is going to kill our time on the bar. But I think could really benefit us. Because if I get skill swap, the Grimer, and give it, where is it? Friend Guard. Let's just say this isn't the order of anything. This isn't the rundown yet. Skill swap, Friend Guard onto Grimer, get knocked out. When I come back, I'll have Friend Guard again. I could skill swap the Slacking and give it Friend Guard. That means there's 2 Pokemon now with Friend Guard. And then whatever happens, get knocked out again somehow with 2 Friend Guards on the field. And come back a second time. That's 3 Pokemon with Friend Guard. I don't know the exact amount of defensive increase that is to the team, but it's more than 1. Which I think is better than the initial Q-Charm idea that I had. I'm on the wrong. We'll just evolve that Grimer into Muck. Let's heal. Right, we got the moves on Jigglypuff. What moves do we want for Muck? I'm all over the place. Acid Spray. Of course Acid Spray. It'll probably be on every single team I ever make. If it... I mean... Unless it's weak to physical types. Okay, are they TMs? They might. I might need to bring this into a picnic. Oh, it looks like it. Well, we got Curse. We want Curse on there. No. We want Hex. I think that's safe. So these are the moves that we have on Muck. Acid Spray to bring down special defense. That would be to the benefit of Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff has the Flamethrower, so if we get a burn, that'll also decrease the attack of Tyranitar. With the Acid Spray to bring down special attack. Special defense. Assurance works. The slower, because Muck is already slow. Even if we had a 31 stat in speed, it's still slower than Tyranitar. So the likelihood of you attacking before Jigglypuff, I think, or slacking, which we'll get back to. Well, slacking's not even slow, so as long as Tyranitar gets hit with something first, and then Assurance hits, it does double damage. So what we're going to want to do with Assurance is using... Why is it in this order? Using Curse will increase your attack and defense and lower your speed. Which, increasing attack will increase Assurance's damage. Increasing or decreasing your speed increases the likelihood that Tyranitar is going to get hit with something before you attack with Assurance. Alternatively, Acid Spray brings down the special attack. Jigglypuff gets a burn. You use Hex, will do even more damage. With -6 special defense and a burn, Hex will do, I think, double. I think it might be double damage. I could be wrong about that. I think it's 130. But it does even more damage than Assurance would do. Because of the -6 special defense. And we got, well, let's get rid of Murkrow. We don't need you anymore, Murkrow. Also, we don't need that either anymore. Slacking. What is this slacking at? Let's see. We're not going to use any of these moves. They're all TMs. They better be TMs anyway. Alright, so Chilling Water brings down the attack on the Tyranitar. Mud Slap decreases its accuracy. Are we gonna have to breed it with something? We are. Dang it. Bulk Up will increase your attack and defense. I really thought it was a TM. Oh, you know what? It was a citrus berry. Let's put that there. Oh, wait. Dang it. We don't want Curse. Alright, we gotta look for another Pokemon. Oh wait, where'd it get Curse from? Oh. The Muck. What if... You guys go over here. Let's try this again. There we go. And Night Slash is going to be where all the damage comes from. Has a heightened chance of crits. Bulk Up to increase attack, increase defense. Kind of self-explanatory, I think. What's up, Shinobi? Wait, so since CCG Pocket added shinies, are you gonna shiny hunter too? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not playing it. Not gonna. Can't make me. Boo. Boo! Boo this man. Boo him! I just want to make sure that this doesn't have any EVs in it. It doesn't look like it does. No, it doesn't look like it. Tomatoes? Alright, we'll do slacking first. It's on the list first. We'll do this one first. Okay, so slacking. All level 100. We're gonna go max attack. That should be 26. There are EVs in it. Or on it. Hold on, let's get a calculator. We already have all the moves, right? We can close some tabs. Okay, slacking. Level 100. Right now it's bold. This actually doesn't help because I don't know its actual stats. Except for speed, defense, and special attack. Let's look at those. Special attack 226, defense 259, 236 attack. I don't know what its attack is. Well, we know it has attack in it already. We could use berries. It has something in HP. And attack. And defense. Alright, hold on. What? Am I looking at this wrong? I suppose... Could it have one in each thing? Wait, feathers. That's what we want to do. Feathers, here we go. 252. Okay, great. Not that. Defense, it's not in defense. Not in special attack. Okay, so it's in attack. 6. No. 3. That's fine. How many more do we want? 9? It would be 12 and then it would be 24. And this should be 9. Okay. We eventually got there. Max attack. Max defense. The rest in health. I like 350 and above. We could have went with less HP and more defense, which could have been better, but it's fine. It was simple, isn't bad. I think with all the defense that we're potentially going to get, it's fine. We don't need more HP. And I think Jigglypuff... Did I not update my stats for Jigglypuff? Okay, I did not. So Wigglytuff would have been full defense, full special attack. Because it's already over 400 HP. I think I wanted to go full HP and full defense with Jigglypuff. I believe. Because it really doesn't have a high defense stat. And compared to Wigglytuff, its HP stat isn't high either. I think I swapped them. The HP and the special attack. Yeah, I'm gonna go full HP on the Jigglypuff. Look at these. They're waiting to attack. Their bloodlust is unquenchable. Yeah, because this defense set's so low, I'm just gonna go HP and defense for Jigglypuff. Even if we don't end up going with the route of knocking Jigglypuff out, and we still only end up with one friend guard. I might end up changing these stats later if I change my mind, but for the sake of doing it on stream, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go just to 400. and put the remainder in special attack. So we're gonna go 11 HP up, and then 6, 116. Oop. Alright, well, now we know it's definitely 400. Defense. Full defense. To defense. And then in the end, if we're really comfortable, we'll go and give a little boost to special attack. Just making a note of that because I need to change it really fast later. And Muck. Where is Muck? 5D, you have a shell bell, or should I give you a shell bell on the Muck? Because I got shell bells, I can give them to you. Muck. Oops, why do I keep doing that? $196 HP. I can get one if I need it. I'll just give you one. It's my team, I'll build it. That way, if it's bad, you didn't put any Poké Dollars or anything into it. Max defense. And 60. In special attack. We didn't put anything into attack, but the attack stack is higher anyway, and if you're using curse a bunch, you're already boosting the attack. Where there is no other way to boost your special attack with if we end up using Hex. Let me see if that's correct. So I don't think Muck has a very high HP stat. It should be higher than that. Did I mess up? It should be 400. We have to bottle cap it. That's what happened there. Attack should be 259. Special attack. Should be 181. HP should be 400. Attack should be 2. Attack should be... Hold on, this is the wrong nature. It's also gonna be relaxed, so it's even slower. I wonder what is this? I wonder what its speed stat is. Pretty good. All right, well. Let's just bottle cap this. It'll be a lot easier to look at it. There's even more. There's another one. Just waiting. We gotta get out of here, guys. We gotta get out. We gotta escape. Alright, we're safe now. What does it mean? Special defense. I'm not gonna increase the Muck's speed, even though we could, because we do want to be slower either way, so we don't need to increase the speed. So I use more bottle caps on that. This one I'll use golden bottle cap. HP attack, special defense, special attack, not speed. Right, now we're at 400 on the Muck. Do the stats look correct now? No, because I didn't change the nature. And slacking. Where is it? I want to make sure these look correct. 400. See, that defense is so low that we had to fully invest in it. For the Jigglypuff. Alright. Okay, slacking. Those look correct. Again, fully invest in attack and defense. His HP is already high enough that we didn't need any EVs for the HP, but we had a remainder, so why not? Wanted to get defense up high enough. So just fully invest in attack and defense, the remainder in HP. I like 400. 400 feels good to me in a terror raid. Which is why I have notes for Jigglypuff. So we're fully invested in defense. We can't go any higher in defense. We could have went more in HP because our defense is still so low, but I think the Friend Guard will be fine. I think it'll work out. And I do want to kind of get knocked out at least once. And Muck. Again, it's the highest defense. We keep it. The relaxed nature to increase the defense even more. And just put enough HP to get to 400. And also give something a little bit to the special attack. Depending on how it goes in the end when we're finally all set up. Unfortunately, we don't have our 4th member, so I can't really talk about that one, but right now we are almost done. We're not actually done. So again, when I was thinking of it having Shadow Claw and crits and all that, instead of going the route I went last time with Shell Armor and Goodra, I'm like, what if, and I said this in the Discord, we were immune to the ghost attack. So let's go normal. So we got a couple normal types in here. That's why Slacking's here. Immune. I actually don't know what its terror type is. Jigglypuff. Immune. Also, I think it... I already closed it. Dang. It takes less damage because it's fairy type too, so the dark attacks. Muck. Great defensively. I don't think it has any weaknesses, but ground, which might be a problem. I probably shouldn't say that, and I should look it up and make sure I'm right before saying that. And the word I was looking for was resistant to. Jigglypuff, resist dark, immune to ghost and dragon. We're not really worried about dragon. But resist dark, and we know it's going to have dark attacks. Alolan, there's a reason I used the Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck, only weak to ground, resist ghost, resist dark. It's going to have those moves. Slacking, I don't know what to tell you about Slacking. Slacking was there because it's immune to ghost. That being said, the Terra types are gonna be for Slacking, I'm gonna make it Stellar because I don't want it to end up being not immune to the Shadow Claw, to the ghost attack. And if Tyranitar ends up using Terra Blast, it'll be ghost type, so it'll still be immune to that as a stellar Terra type. Alternatively, if that doesn't work, Dark, I think, could work. Because our main attack, after everything is all set up on Slacking, is the main attack is going to be Night Slash. So having a Dark Terra type would just benefit that and make it stronger. But I'm going with Stellar because then you don't lose the immunity. That is going to be the same for Jigglypuff. Fairy could be good defensively, I guess, but it loses the immunity. And also, we're not going to use any Fairy attacks. So I think Stellar keeps the immunity and all that. You'll get the one extra boost to Flamethrower one time. Might not even Terrasilize, who knows? Isn't entirely necessary. And again, Muck's just really good defensively, so with its typing. So I'm gonna make that also Stellar. And also because if you end up using Assurance or Hex, it'll give a boost at least once to one of them. Again, we cannot complete this team build if we don't have the 4th member. But everything on here is done. Just have to put items on things. Alright, that's done. So before we end stream and I trade back the Slacking and trade the Muck, I'll go over in here what the plan is. We don't necessarily need the 4th member for this plan. It just benefits from having the 4th member, I think. Let me look over that again. Yeah, 4th member is kind of just a wild card. It really kind of just does its own thing, actually. I saw a Pokemon, I think that one would work really well. It's also the only one that's not a Stellar type. But for us three, for the 3 here, this is the idea. Okay, this is the idea. Truant. We were using Skill Swap, I think, on the last, or it was a tactic in the last Terra, 7-star Terra. I thought, does Truant work in Terra raids? And from what I found, it does. Now, Tyranitar's hidden ability, if it has the hidden ability, bring a 5th member. The 5th member is you, Shinobi, in our hearts. Okay, so I thought, does Truant work? From what I found out, it does. can we get a Pokemon with Skill Swap? Again, it was Wigglytuff, had really good HP. Alright, attack. I mean, not attack, it's defense. Learn Skill Swap. This is pretty much how I think it'll go down. Turn 1. Slacking is going to Mudslap. Turn 1. Jigglypuff puts up Reflect. Now, Tyranitar could have Brick Break, in which case we will never use the Reflect. If we fail that one and we try again, Reflect isn't even going to be an option. Forget about Reflect. The other two members, so Muck and fourth member, which I think I already posted in Discord. I should delete that actually. Preferably do nothing, because we want as much time as possible for after that first setup. Skill Swap Truant off of Slacking, right? And the thing is, when you attack is when the raid boss attacks. So if Muck just sits there and fourth member just sits there, they won't get attacked. I mean, eventually they will get attacked, but at least initially it gives us a little bit more time on the timer. Like, I think you can wait up to 90 seconds or something like that before it attacks. But we want the timer to last as long as possible to on step 2, on turn 2, Skill Swap the Truant off of Slacking onto the Jigglypuff. Now Slacking has Fern Guard and Jigglypuff has Truant. Third turn, Truant kicks in. So third turn, Jigglypuff just sits there. So it can't do anything. Fourth turn, we Skill Swap the Truant off of Jigglypuff and onto Tyranitar for the remainder of the raid battle. So at that point, every other turn, Tyranitar can't do anything. That was my idea. How can we turn that negative of Truant against the boss? And that's by putting Truant on the boss. At that point, it's pretty straightforward. It's a lot of attacking and stuff, just getting the shield up and all that. There's more details for each member, has their details to go by. That being said, if we can get the ability, initially I was gonna have Power of Alchemy on Muck, because then whatever gets knocked out, it takes that ability. But if somehow one of them gets knocked out with Truant, then Muck also has Truant. It's awful. Or skill swapping Truant onto the boss and getting Unnerve, and then Jigglypuff gets knocked out, then Muck has Unnerve. It does nothing in the battle. It does nothing for our side. So, Power of Alchemy out the window. Muck's ability does not really matter. Which is why I would think knock out Jigglypuff. It comes back with Fern Guard. Skill swap Fern Guard onto Muck. Knock out Jigglypuff again. Then these three have Fern Guard. Necessary? I don't know if it's necessary. Could it kill the timer, getting Jigglypuff knocked out twice? perhaps. That's without anybody else getting knocked out. But the whole idea is that the first 4 rounds is Reflect, and then getting Truant onto Tyranitar. Once we do that, I think it's pretty easy from there, having, you know, every other turn to either heal or reassess the situation. Again, 4th member just kind of waits and then can set up at the end, or even attack and get the shield up and the reset and all that. It's just something that I thought could stand on its own and not have to worry about getting knocked out. But yeah, in short, that's the first 4 turns is getting Truant onto Tyranitar. So if you have to do something as Muck, you could curse and just keep building up your defense to try to outlast, or if you need to, because you do have Shell Bell, you could attack and try to get a little bit of HP back. But we really want to get Truant onto Tyranitar. And I feel like every attack you do, every little bit of HP you bring down is that much closer to the shield going up. And then we cannot get Truant onto Tyranitar until after the shield is down. And at that point, if its HP is that depleted, then there's no real need to get Truant onto it. There is an alternative strategy for the team if the shield is up from the beginning. Which kind of, you know, either leaves slacking with Truant on it, and then you're kind of stuck attacking every other round. But the rest of the team could just attack and like bring down special attack, or I mean special defense or accuracy or whatever. That. But yeah, that's the gist of how this team is going to work. Shinobi, I know you don't want to be a team player, but you could be the team 4. Member number 4. Since I still don't have it to build. But yeah, that's it. We could trade back 5 if you're ready. let me know when you're ready. This is the slacking. And your muck. Wait, is this? Yeah, okay. That's correct. I hate that when you mint something, it doesn't change the nature. You have to look at the plus and minus on the graph to see what nature is now using, instead of it just changing the nature itself. Like, it still says brave, but that... Where's it? But that is impish. No, relax. That's relax, which is what it should be, but it says brave. Always throws me off. Hate it. Doesn't make any sense. Just have the mint change the ability. I mean, change the nature. I think you were gonna just give me an Eevee for the muck. Anything that's expendable, anything that I could just release afterward. You can keep the muck. Oh, should yeah, okay. You want to just trade onto your Switch? Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think about that. Just let me know when. Okay. Perfect. I think I'm going to message everybody their instructions one by one, because I do have to change the instructions for slacking. Or we could just wait and I could rewrite it, and then I can post it all for everybody. But looking at it myself, it is kind of confusing seeing every single thing there. Let's look at this Eevee before we crush it into dust. Does it have to be in a box to release it? Goodbye, Eevee. See you never. Goodbye. Oh, that was fast. Yeah, Slaking will get the Shell Bell. I wonder if I could still make Goodra work though. Do you have any other questions? If anything made sense or didn't make sense? I feel like I've never seen that. Wait, is what true? I didn't see these messages before, Shinobi. Is what true? Shinobi gone again? Did we lose him again? The new nature not showing. Yeah, it was always like that. That's been my beef with it the entire time. That's why I don't like to use mints. I don't know. That's been my argument the entire time. I don't know why they don't just change the nature to the minted nature. On the plus sign menu? What is that? What's plus sign menu? What does that mean? What, this? I mean, this is a bad example because this is its actual nature. What's the plus sign menu? I'm sure I've used a mint on something here, right? This was actually your Tondos. It is. This one? See, this one's quiet, but its nature is modest. Quiet. Modest. Now we all learned something new today. Except for me. Shinobi, you've been hearing me complain about mints since they were introduced. This has been my complaint since day one. I mean, really, it's the same thing. Basically a summary. Awful. Okay, well, that is going to be it for the stream today. At this point, I mean, we still got a couple hours, but I have not heard from our 4th team member since yesterday, so who knows what could be happening with team number 4? Months. It's been years. Did I say months? Switch was 10 years ago already? It was 10 years ago after all? That's true. We're gonna throw up the logo. We're gonna say bye to Lilu. Goodbye, Lilu. Shinobi, thanks for being here. 5, thanks for being here. We'll get together later for the raid. If you're here lurking, if you're watching the VOD, hope you learned something new. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Until next time, stay frosty.